back to group right now?
Mm-hmm.
Is he still maybe a couple days away?
Day to day.
How about
Josh?
Yeah.
Seems to be fine. Yeah, right now he's playing. No one's told me anything different.
This scenario, John, where you come back home after getting a good hard-earned point, there's happened a couple times where you come back for that home game and it hasn't necessarily been the performance that you wanted. Are you concerned about that tonight at all?
I'm always concerned about how we start at home. I thought it laid the groundwork for how we played in Jersey, our start. I think it's something you can control. We're here for a while back at home. I do think it's a very important time of the year when you make that road win stand up right away. So hopefully we start the right way and just go about our business.
Were you surprised at all that there was no supplemental discipline?
Yes. Yes.
Going back to the homestand, I know you said the other day you have one in a row. How important is it? Maybe more than ever now, zero win on that old cliche of one game at a time, not take it as a big deal.
Yeah, we have never stopped thinking that way as far as each day, whether it be a game day or a practice day. Yeah, so that it always worries me when you're home for a ton of time, which we're going to be here. I mean, we have been buzzing back and forth, in and out, and it may be a good time for this, but it's how you handle it and how we go about our preparations. You got a break coming up at the end of the month. We need to put it into a little bit of a capsule here as far as just our concentration each and every day and try to find the results. If we prepare the proper way and we concentrate on each and every day, the results will come your way. And so that's how we're trying to go about it.
George, can you expand on your view of that hit?
No.
John, it's always about the team and collective, but is it possible or even or essential that an individual has to get hot this time of year or carry the team? And if you experience that in your career where the goaltender or someone else really kind of rose up and got the team to the end?
Well, the goaltender always has to be the guy, and our team is built to where we're not counting on one guy. But I'll say on the other hand, it's always good if a guy gets to a level that he hasn't been at during the first 3 quarters of the year and raises his level. That's always going to help you find your way. I don't think we can depend on one guy because that's just not the way we play and that's just not the way we're built. But it certainly helps. And your goaltending position is the most important one every game. I thought Bob played much better his last game than some prior ones, so that's good news for us. But I think we have a couple of guys that have been kind of zeroed in on that need to play better. I think Dubinsky's line has stepped up here in the last little while. If they can continue going and we get some other people playing at a level that we think they should be at, you have something. I think it helps you being more consistent. So we're always looking for that. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And then maybe a different guy every night and maybe they overlap a little bit. A guy has 3 or 4 really good ones and other guys are kicking in. That's when you win hockey games at a consistent level. So we'll take it one day at a time. I thought we had improvement in our Detroit game after they blitzed us early on. But I thought we settled ourselves down and played pretty well through most of that game. I think the most important thing for us tonight is our start. We didn't start well against Jersey in our building, packed house, second goal lit the air right out of the building, and it was just, we didn't play well. So hopefully we can answer tonight.
I think the last time York Street was up, you were talking the offseason to get stronger. I think he had a very short offseason last year.
He had a screwed up offseason because he had to go play for his country, and there's a lot of things going on there, yeah.
My question is, can a player during the course of the season, these guys that are doing trialing workouts all the time, can he get stronger, or is that what you're talking about has to be done in the offseason? Well,
I think the summertime is where you make your gains. I think it's a little bit of a different story in the American Hockey League where you're playing mostly during the weekend. Your schedule isn't as hectic as ours is with the travel and back and forth all over the place all through the week. I think there can be some gains made in the American Hockey League. I'm not sure how much. Summertime is a very important time. I think summertime he's been a disappointment to me. I've said that to you guys all year long, because I had him when I was doing my lineups during the summer. I had him in in some really in some situation I thought he was going to be a number of minutes he was going to be playing for us. For whatever reason, it hasn't worked out. It happens that way. I think as he goes through and still trying to find his way there this year in the American Hockey League, a little bit of onus has to be put on the player when that off-season comes, especially a guy that's trying to crack a National Hockey League team. I just think he has the potential to be a really good player. That's a very dangerous word, though, potential, because it says, okay, maybe he can do that. What has to happen for him to do that? That's where I think a little bit of the onus is going to fall on him during the off-season coming up here. You never know what happens during the rest of this year.
Just to clarify that, Josh, is he fine enough to play?
Yeah.
Does he need to be cleared? Right
Yeah,
now?
he's not concussed. He's not concussed, yeah. And that was the protocol, and which makes no sense to me. That some doctor just pulls him out and says, you're concussed, and then we come back here and he isn't. Makes zero sense. And I lose a pretty important player. Yeah, but he at least that's what was told to me before practice. I don't foresee anything happening after practice. So yeah, that's where we'll go with Dave.
Do you check him the next morning, or when you guys obviously flew back after the game?
He was checked the following morning by our doctor. Yeah. Spotter pulled him out of the game and called down and said he's not playing. We've diagnosed him as being concussed. Who diagnosed that? Was it their team doctor? I don't know how it all works. It doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense to me. And but he's playing tonight.
Okay. That line, they seem to know what's expected of them.
What line's that? Doobies?
Calvert.
Calvert, yeah. I watched Calvi. He was on the tape today. We had a pretty extensive tape this morning, and some of the wall work that they did in that game. It's something we're concentrating on right now, Jody. This time of year, the play along the wall, all through the building, whether it be in your zone, neutral zone, offensive zone, is a really important part of the game. They showed up all over the place in the tape as far as some of the good things, and that's the way that if they're not going to do that, they're not going to be a tic-tac-toe line. They're not going to be a Wenberg, Sauter, and Nick Foligno line where they're making plays. They have to grind it out, and I think they've been pretty consistent at that. I thought Bill and Calvi, when they scored the 5-on-3 goal, I think they caught up the ice two. They were up with that long pass. We got a 2-on-1 off of it. I think they got caught sleeping there a little bit, but they've grinded. And with Andy's legs and his strength, it's been a good line for us. Like to see some more goals be kicked in along the way, but they've done a pretty good job as far as eating up minutes and playing the right way. You're good? Thanks, guys.